Boxing Live. Welcome to the first fight live stream of 2026. Just so happens this is Voldemort's production, MVP Promotions, and he put together an all-female card. I believe it's all-female in Puerto Rico. So the interesting thing to note here is that these women's fights are going to be 3-minute rounds. They are not 2-minute rounds. You may remember that the WBC will not sanction female title fights as 12 3-minute rounds. WBC has decided that that's not safe for women. So right now, stepping into the ring, we have Holly Holm. She is the challenger for the WBA title. The champion is Stephanie Han. Now, I've known of Stephanie Han for quite some time, since she was an amateur. I believe her whole family is into boxing, including her sister and her brother, and I believe her father is also involved. So if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. My name's DHamaguchi. I'm a pro fighter, and I'm also a decorated judo champion. Started my fighting career in Canada, and am now have been fighting out of the U.S. for decades now. All right, so Stephanie Han just stepped into the ring. Quite an interesting promotion here. We have I don't know if you know who Crystal Poppin is. Some type of vocalist, female vocalist. She walked Stephanie Han out. The commentators are mentioning that Stephanie Han, even though she is the champion, that she is considered the underdog in this fight. I'm not sure if that's simply because Holly Holm is far more well known than Stephanie Han is. Now, remember, this is, Holly Holm started off in kickboxing. Then she switched over to boxing because there just wasn't a lot of opportunity for her in kickboxing. And then she switched from boxing, professional boxing, over to MMA. And now she's switching back to boxing. So even though you may have not seen Holly Holm in the boxing ring before, this is not new for her. I can't remember how many multiple times she is a world champion boxer. I'm not sure if she was a world champion as a kickboxer, but as a southpaw, is she a southpaw? Yeah, I think she's a southpaw, long, lean. Holly's an incredibly mentally tough fighter as well. Now, I think it's notable that she's 44, and she definitely is giving away a few years to the title holder, Stephanie Han. But let's see how she does. I'm definitely rooting for Holly to put on a strong performance here. Perhaps Holly's last few performances in the cage weren't, maybe she didn't show her best in her last few outings. So I think this is a very interesting run for Holly. And I hope she takes on a few more fights, regardless of how this fight turns out. We gotta give credit to Holly for taking this on, because surely there's been a little bit of a shift in the sport of women's pro boxing since Holly left it. Now, the fact that these are 3-minute rounds, that's also somewhat new for Stephanie Han as well, because this is really just the beginning of women fighting 12 3-minute rounds for a world title. Same time duration as the men. My opinion, I think that's fair. We're fighting other women, right? They're the same size. Same gender, so, the time duration shouldn't matter. It's not inherently more dangerous because the round is longer, if that makes any sense. It would be dangerous if one person's on PEDs and the other person's not. It would be dangerous if one person's male and the other person's female. But two females fighting each other for a 1 minute more duration, I don't see how that's any more dangerous. You could argue that the 2 minute round would be more dangerous because women would have more energy for that 120-second burst. They'd have be able to go a little faster and throw punches a little harder and then get a whole 60 seconds to recuperate and come back strong again. So you could argue that the 2 minute round could wind up with more hard hitting than a 3 minute round. I mean, regardless, if it's safe for two men to hit each other in the body and head for 3 minutes, then it's just equally as safe or not safe for women to do the same thing. Okay, here we go. Two women step to the center of the ring, touch gloves, they're back to their respective corners. Han is got her hair very nicely braided, so does Holly Holm. Holly's wearing a white top and green trunks. Is wearing a black top and red trunks. Here we go, right out the gate. Holly in her southpaw stance. Han fighting out of orthodox. Right away, Holly goes left, followed by a single straight left. The women are right in the center of the ring, doing a little bit of the righty-lefty jab canceling. Han moves in for a jab right hand to the body, but falls short. Women come together and there's a flurry of punches. Oh, again, right out the gate, Holly's going for her lead straight left. Very interesting. She's not holding back at all. Holly. Both women bouncing a little bit. Oh, Han landed a nice straight right there. Holly looks like she's trying to parry the jab and then come over top of it. Both women quite light on their feet. Stephanie Han with the lead right to the body. Holly with right back with a jab straight left. Han feinting some level changes as well. Both women very nice and light on their feet. They're right now they're fighting a little bit in spurts where they both go at the same time. Holly comes in with the overhand left and then winds up draped around Han's waist. Can't finish with a takedown though. A minute to remain. Holm with an overhand left, but gets countered with a short little right hand from Stephanie Han. Again, Holly with the jab overhand left. Han is throwing out a lot of little touch jabs. Han with a nice straight left at the head and then a straight left to the body. Han, in a sense, reminds me a little bit of that Eastern European style stance and how and rhythm. Half a minute to go here in the opening round. Holly Holm in a comeback boxing fight versus the champion Stephanie Han. Women fighting over 3 minute round duration rather than 2. Well, Holly just got clipped with a little short left there by Han. Han is throwing out a lot of little touch jabs, pawing jabs. Holm seems to be come out the gate a little bit impatient. Not sure what that's about. Maybe she just wanted to get going right off the bat. I can't fault her for that. Because sometimes if you hold back and wait, you just never get going. So I suspect maybe Holly felt like she had to push herself that first round just to get going, get back in the mix. Holly did land some nice straight overhand lefts. Han is looking really sharp. especially with their little counter right hands. Hi, thanks for joining us on our live stream. If you're here, my name's DHamaguchi. I'm a pro fighter. I just did a live stream this morning of my boxing workout, so you might have seen us on that. If you're joining for us for the first time, welcome. Please say hi in the chat so we know who's here. Guys, if you haven't yet already, please do hit the sub and the bell so you know when we go live, when we post new content. As always, you're always welcome to leave a super chat if you're enjoying our live streams. All right, here we go. Round two. Right away, this is Holm fighting out of southpaw stance versus Stephanie Han, who's fighting out of the right-handed stance. Han is the defending champion. Holly Holm is the challenger. Oh, and Han lands a nice straight right there. It looks like this may wind up being the battle of the power hand. Stephanie Han's straight right versus Holly Holm's straight left. Han just landed a nice straight left to Holly's body right there. And again, Han is bouncing on her feet, trying to establish a rhythm, using a pawing jab to try to set up that left hand. Holm playing a little bit of pairing the jab there with her own jab hand. Tries for that left hand, but gets somewhat countered. Not sure what Holly's game plan is here. I think Han's is pretty clear, which is to wait and then set up that straight right, like she just landed right there, to Holm's head, or to the straight right to the body, which she just threw just there. Oh, and very nice straight left by Holly Holm. Be terrific if either woman would follow up with a hook after they land their power shot. Oh, a nice right uppercut by Holly Holm. Very nice. And another nice right left hand by Holly Holm. Holly falls a little bit short there with her straight left to the body. Han is still very bouncy on her feet. Like that Eastern European style stance. Oh, and a big flurry there from Holly Holm as they stand more at mid distance here. Just under a minute to go here. Holly's really relying on that lead left hand. I'm not sure if she's going to start to give that away to Han. You know, Han might start to get a read on it. All right, the woman coming close, fall into a grappling. Serrano. Han lands a few shots with her free hand. Again, Holly steps in with a big jab, overhand left. Han comes in and they get tied up. A little rough and tumble on the inside to close the round. Okay, these are very close rounds. I'm not sure I think I would tend to give them to the champion at this point. Tough call though. Hi Charlie James and hi Cookie Snake. Smoke. You guys got some interesting usernames. Cooked a snake. Cool. Right. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. Really appreciate it. This is the second round. We're going into the third. I really hope Holly Holm puts on a good performance here. She's not quite as sharp as I would like, but you know, maybe this will just get her back in the groove type thing. You have a Bali python named Cookie. Oh, okay. Okay, round 3 starts. Again, Han is looking very disciplined, maintains her stance, keeps throwing out that probing jab. Then she bounces in and out on her feet, just looks for the right moment to try to shoot in with her right hand, and looks like Holly just tried to shoot in for a double leg. Both women very poised, though, very technical. It looks like Holly's trying to parry Han's jab and then to try to take away the jab from Han. Then Han shoots in with the jab right hand. Holm misses with that left. Again, Han is right back on that constant jab. Holly's throwing that overhand left a little bit wide. Really good focus by Stephanie Han. Nice series of 1-2s by Holly, but she gets countered by Han right there. This is only, oh, I guess we're fighting, I don't know. You tell me. I'm lost here a little bit. At least we're fighting 3-minute rounds. Oh, big overhand left by Holly Holm, and then she weaves under Stephanie Han's right hand. High Tiam. Under a minute to go here. Really impressed with Stephanie Han's poise. You can tell how focused she is. Very disciplined with her stance. Oh, nice little weave by Holly. I feel like Holly's is getting caught a little more than we'd like, and she's throwing that overhand left a little bit too wide, which does leave her open for a counter right from Stephanie Han. Oh, Stephanie just caught Holly with a nice little left hook right at the end of that round as well. Okay, let's see if we can listen into Holly's corner. Oh no, the commentators are talking over the corner. That always sucks. I think Holly's cornerman's telling her to keep the jab out there. But Holly's getting countered by Stephanie. Either after she throws that big left hand, she's getting countered with the right hand, or after she throws the big left hand, weaves under, she gets countered on the way up. They're going to fight 10 rounds. So I'm not sure why it's 10 and not 12, but I'm not in charge. At least they're fighting 3-minute rounds. That's progress. Okay, here we go. This is the 4th round scheduled for 10. Right now I have Stephanie Han winning this fight. But it's pretty ballsy for somebody to fight for a world title in their first fight back in this sport. Nice straight right by Stephanie Han. Nice jab to the body by Stephanie Han. I like how Stephanie's just really sticking to fundamentals here. Nothing fancy, just sticking behind her jab. Stephanie's making great use of distance to get out of Holly's range, and then make sure she's right in range to counter Holly after Holly throws a big shot. Again, I feel like Han has kind of that Eastern European approach to things where she's constantly bouncing so she can move in and out, change distance very quickly, and create feints off that bounce. Okay, again, Han with a Oh, very nice counter left by Holly Holm there. Stephanie's catching Holly with counter right hand, short counter right hands, mainly because Holly doesn't always take her head off that center line. Right now, I have Stephanie Hahn up. Oh, nice straight left by Holly right there. It was a short one. I don't want to see Holly rely too much on that left hand. I would hope she comes back with, a right hook. She does have a nice right uppercut. I would love to see her make use of that a little bit more. Yeah, see, Holly's not making the finer adjustments, the smaller adjustments distance-wise that Stephanie Hahn is making. That might be just a little bit of, you could call it ring rust, like boxing specific ring rust, because the distance and the timing, for MMA, so it's not quite the same animal as it is for boxing. So there's a lot more subtlety with boxing than there is with the MMA. Because if you fall into each other, you can go straight into grappling. But with boxing, there's nothing there if you're just grappling, right? All right, how are you guys scoring this fight? Do you have Han up or Holly up? All right, Han's corner is calling for her to throw 3 and 4 punch combinations. She's been successful throwing, basically 2 and 3 punch combinations. So again, we're starting out with Holly parrying Stephanie's jab. There we go, Holly with a jab straight left. I feel like that parry motion, the constant parrying, is a little bit of a carryover from MMA, which does not necessarily serve a boxer so well. Boxer, if you're going to parry that much, you want to just punch right off the parry. Been shooting in for the big jab left hand, but she's been falling short a little bit with that left hand. So I feel like Holly needs to mix it up just a little bit more to keep Stephanie Hahn guessing as far as the distance goes. Okay, here we got Holly with an underhook. Ref breaks it up. And Hahn lands a little short counter left hook. Hahn with tons of these little probing jabs that aren't even meant to land. But they help her establish rhythm and measure distance to set up her straight right. All right, if you're joining us for the first time, please say hi here. Just under a minute to go here. Holly is still trying to really parry that jab hand, and I wish she would just throw her own feints, and then hard jabs. Well, there she goes. She just did throw 2 hard double jabs. Oh, and lead left just thrown by Holly. I mean, these lead lefts are a little bit too early in the fight for me just to be throwing Hail Mary type punches, but nice feints, interesting feints by Holly Holm here. She tries to set up that straight left. I think Holly's corner did give her good advice and telling her, hey, stick with that jab. Oh, and Stephanie Han lands a couple of nice little short shots here. All right, who's this? The kid says, do I think Dana White and Turkey teaming up is good for boxing? I heard they might want to change some things in the sport. Well, Turkey's got the money. Dana has the infrastructure to set up a good promotion, right? Like he knows how to set up TV, set up the venue, do the pre-fight promotion, negotiate with the streaming service. So yeah, they're good because Turkey's not going to do all that. That's not his area of expertise. I think he's the expert at gathering up investors from his part of the world to be able to cover these expenses of putting on a promotion and to cover the prizes, right? Prize fighters' prizes. No, Holly Holm is fighting southpaw and Stephanie Han is orthodox, right? All right, so Stephanie opens up with a double jab to straight right to the body. Yeah, Dana White actually started out with boxing and then moved over to MMA, but I don't think he's getting involved in boxing because he knows boxing. He's getting involved in boxing because he knows how to promote combat sports. Is Holly a natural southpaw? Well, she fought MMA as a southpaw. I don't know if she writes with her left hand, but every time I've seen her, she's fought out a southpaw stance. Nice couple of hard jabs by Stephanie Han lands. We got 2 minutes to go in this 6th round. 6 rounds scheduled for 10. At least we're fighting 3-minute rounds here, folks. Holly's throwing that left hand a little bit wide at this point. I think the corner gave her in the previous round was sound advice. You know, she's got to keep her jab out there. I would say don't just throw that left hand out of nowhere. You know, can't really get away with that in boxing as much. You want to set up your power shot. Now, I'll just contradict myself and actually throw a lead power shot, but you got to follow up with the hook. Well, I think didn't they buy the Ring magazine, so they also somehow own the Ring belt as well, so Turkey and company can control that. All right, nice straight right landed there by Stephanie Han. Holly is attempting to work off the jab, but it's just her straight left is a little bit wide, and she's not throwing a hook behind it. And right now she's been doing a lot of parrying of Han's jab, which to me is not, I wouldn't say it's a waste, but it's a bit of an MMA habit that's not so helpful in boxing. I feel like Holly needs to start mixing it up a little more. She can't rely on that straight left. I feel like she has a decent right uppercut, so I wish she would throw that a little more. I would say yes. Holly is definitely still trying to work off the jab. All right, let's listen in on All right, so Han's corner telling her, you know, that they feel they're winning the fight, which they are, and they just want Han to throw more combinations. Yeah, Holly Holm is definitely a legend. I don't know if this was a printing error, but Holly's corner has HOLMES on the back of his shirt, which is, her name is HOLM, so I don't know. Anyways. Oh, I didn't know Stephanie Han is a cop, but she's a very technical fighter. She reminds me of that Eastern European style of fighting, so not sure where she learned that, but it's impressive for an American to be able to box like that. There we go. Han just using those steps to just get barely out of range when Holm throws her shots. Holm with a unhook overhook, swings Han around. Oh, Holm gets a nice short little left hook, or right hook in there on the break. Han is incredibly focused. She's not changed. Oh, clash of heads. Opens up a cut on Han's hairline. Referee walks Han over to the neutral corner. Timeout. Doctor comes up to the ring. Stephanie Han standing in the neutral corner. Looks like the doc is just going to clean it up a little bit. This happened when Holly came in for an overhand right. Especially in a righty-lefty matchup, it's very easy to get a clash of heads. I mean, it's easy to get a clash of heads when two fighters throw a power shot simultaneously. I sure hope the doctor didn't wave this fight off. Oh my gosh. Crazy if they're going to stop it. Wow, that's crazy. That's ridiculous. They should not stop this fight on a cut in the hairline. They should let it play out. The cut is right up here. That's ridiculous. So unfortunately, they stopped this fight. That sucks. So they'll go to the scorecards because it's past the fourth round. It's past the third round into the fourth, past the fourth. Yeah, exactly. Oh no. So this will be Han's fight. She was clearly ahead on all scorecards. All right. Well, that's not a great way to end this fight. I think they should have let it play out a little longer. You know, you got to give. Glad I didn't pay for it. Yeah. Well, I'm feel badly for both fighters because they didn't get to finish the fight. And I mean, I hate to say it, but if it was two guys, would they have stopped it? All right, so I think this will be pretty much a clean sweep for Stephanie Han. It's good for Holly Holm to get back in the ring, boxing ring that is. Typically, I mean, a cut right up here, you know, it's not that bad. You know, you gotta let the fight play out a little bit. When the cut is right here or right on the upper eyelid or even down here, then it's really bad. All right, just getting hit with the bot here. Yeah, I've seen some pretty nasty cuts. Like literally, it's a vertical cut. It's about half an inch long. It's not even bleeding right now. I mean, it's not streaming down. You know, if the blood was streaming down into her eye. Yeah. Well, I'm disappointed for Holly. I mean, that is the correct scoring of the fight. It's a shame that they stopped it. Han does not look terribly happy. Hey Reggie, we just finished watching Holly Holm lose by decision to Stephanie Han, the reigning champion. Stephanie definitely did win that fight, and unfortunately, it got stopped in the due to a cut, which I thought was not necessary. It was about a half-inch cut that happened right here because both women smacked heads. Oh, very gracious in victory. Stephanie Han says she would gladly give Holly a rematch in Albuquerque. Stephanie just giving Holly a ton of respect. Yeah, Holly admits that she was trying to wait for the later rounds to push, but they didn't get there, so she didn't have that opportunity. Well, David, that's just the distinction between amateur and pro, and believe it or not, even back in the day, they didn't wear headgear for elite amateurs either. So, I mean, these are things that happen, but I don't think that this fight needed to be stopped based on that cut. The doctor just wiped it. It wasn't like they even gave her, Stephanie Han's cut man an opportunity to close that cut. Yeah, Stephanie just had better distance control, slightly better timing, and was just throwing combinations throughout the duration of this. So, all right. So up next is Amanda Serrano versus a late replacement, as far as I understand. All right. So Amanda Serrano is taking on a short notice replacement, somebody Telez, Reina Telez. The betting odds are saying that Serrano will win this by knockout or stoppage. Quite possible. Um, I don't know anything about Telez. She's a last minute replacement. All right, Tayam, thanks for joining us. We'll see you the next time. All right, guys, if you're still here, please say hi so I know who's on the stream. In the meantime, please make sure you hit the sub and the bell so you know whenever we go live for the fights or for my workouts. Was anybody there this morning when I did my boxing live stream? Hi, good to see you. Hey, the kid, what does that little symbol mean before your hand wave? Hey, how you doing, Yolanda? You guys are always welcome to tag me in one of your workout videos that you post on YouTube or even on IG. All right, up next in this main event, we have Amanda Serrano, who's 47-4-1, versus Reina Telez, who's 13-0-1. The Yankees logo. I don't think that's the Yankees logo. Maybe it just gets like substituted for that little symbol. I don't know. I think it's something YouTube does because I noticed it on a few other people have that too. I don't know. All right. So they're trying to play this off like Reina Telez has a chance here, but to be honest, this doesn't even look like her proper weight division. So I have a funny feeling this fight might not last very long. I think Telez is fighting up a weight division from her normal weight division. Yeah, I did hear about Anthony Joshua. Absolutely tragic, and it's just crazy timing that something like that would happen. As he's, trying to give back to the community in Nigeria. Okay, here we go with the ring announcers calling out this title fight. I've never understood why ring announcers feel they gotta have a ring name. Kind of obnoxious, just like how some boxing journalists feel like they need a ring name. It's like, you're not a fighter. You don't need a ring name. All right, here we go. Reina Telez is about to make her ring walk. She is sporting royal blue and gold. Very nice ring outfit. All right, Reina Tellez walking up the steps towards the ring. Steps through the ropes. Makes her way, shuffle stepping around the ring to her red corner. Did you guys have a good New Year's? All right, so Tellez came in overweight, 126.6, so she cannot win a title. Serrano could lose the belt and then the belts would be vacant, but I doubt that that's going to happen here. Yeah, the kid, I would tend to agree with you. Holidays this year just didn't feel like, I don't know, just kind of same old, just like you said, just another day. It wasn't really as special as it used to be. All right, Amanda Serrano makes her way into the ring. Oh, well, regardless, I hope you guys all had a great holiday. We got this weekend, and then, at least for me, I know it's back to work Monday. How about the rest of you guys? Oh no, we got Voldemort in the ring behind Amanda. It's weird, he doesn't look like he has his jaw wired shut, but... Hi, how are you doing? Is it Cappy Man? I guess maybe they have new technology now with broken jaws from, you know, because it used to be you'd have to have your jaw wired shut for a while. All right, well, we're watching boxing fights tonight. This is MVP Promotions in Puerto Rico, all women's card, I believe. But this main event is Amanda Serrano taking on Reina Tellez. Hi, Sandra. Great to meet you. Thanks for joining us. We're watching a female boxing match in Puerto Rico. The reigning champion is Amanda Serrano, and she's defending belts versus Reina Tellez. But Tellez can't win the belts because she missed weight. So if Tellez wins, the belts just go vacant. Okay, this is a little odd to me that Tellez would miss weight like that, because she does look a little bit fluffy. So I don't know what that's about. If it's just because she took the fight on such short notice and was planning on fighting at a heavier weight, or what the deal is. I don't think this fight goes more than a couple of rounds. She just does not look like she's in shape, but I can't remember who Amanda was supposed to fight. That person fell off, so Reina took the fight on somewhat short notice. So something tells me she's just coming to get this over with and go home. So interesting, Serrano is billing herself as fighting out of Puerto Rico, but she's from New York. She and her sister, I think it was Christina Serrano. Yeah, I remember them, and the trainer, can't remember his name, but you can Google it. They got arrested for selling PEDs out of a gym. All right, guys, if you joined us, welcome. My name is DHamaguchi. I'm a pro fighter, and I like doing these little live streams for live combat sport. I'll also live stream some of my workouts, so we did one of those this morning. Definitely hit the sub and the bell so you know when we go live. I also have a number of little short clips, my thoughts on different aspects of the fight game. Those will be dropping tomorrow and Monday. So please let me know what you think of those in the comments. All right, we got a female ref. Okay, I'm wondering if this goes past 2 rounds. May not even go past 1 round. We'll see. Yeah, this right out the gate, just from looking, looks like a mismatch. We've got Serrano fighting out of southpaw, Tellez fighting out of orthodox. Right away, Serrano starting out with some nice sharp jabs. Jab right, straight left, another straight left. Tellez looks game, but I'm going to bet that most of Tellez's wins came, I don't want to call them tomato cans, but via opponents. In any case, yeah, Tellez does look like she knows what she's doing in there. She just looks a little too fluffy to be considered in top shape. Starting to mix it up in the corner here. Nice back and forth from Tellez and Serrano. Tellez trying to throw some jabs and straight rights to the body. Do I watch MMA? Yes. Charles Oliveira is the GOAT. Yeah, definitely. Please sub, because we do lives for the UFC events as well. All right, I'll give Tellez more credit than I did before this fight started. She is trying to throw a lot of volume. Serrano with a nice straight left. Tellez has some decent footwork. She knows how to stay light on her feet and move. She is getting tagged with little short counter lefts from Serrano, though. Tellez making good use of her jab. "30 seconds left here in this opening round." Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, most of boxing news is on YouTube now. It's video, it's not on websites. It's just like the website is too slow, right? Yeah, you can check out my channel on my backstory. Look for the videos with the gold-colored thumbnails. All right, and there we go. First round. All right, so I misjudged Tellez, I guess, just judging her by a book by its cover. Let's see how she gets through the next few rounds. Yeah, Tellez is throwing her punches a little bit wide, where Serrano's a lot more disciplined. She throws nice straight punches. Tellez with some nice little body feints, nice sharp jab attempts by both women. Making great use of her jab straight left. Tellez is connecting with some of her jabs, but she's getting countered on the way out by from Serrano. Tellez with a nice right to the body, but again gets caught as soon as when she closes distance. Oh, nice little right uppercut thrown there by Serrano. That'll open up things very nicely for her. Little bit of the jab game from the righty-lefty. But Serrano just nice poised, focus behind that jab. Serrano's starting to take command of this fight here and place Tellez where she wants her in the ring. Oh, Serrano with a big sweeping left that misses. Nice 1-2 from Serrano. Again. Tellez is missing with her overhand rights. But to her credit, she's remained quite focused as well. Tellez has decent footwork as well. She's trying to put herself in a good position. Amanda's starting to take over now and press Tellez around the ring wherever she wants her. Less than 30 seconds to go, and Amanda's starting to find a home for her straight left hand. Oh, nice little left uppercut from Serrano. Nice 1-2-3. To Telez's credit, she's remaining bouncing on the feet. The kid says, I remember when Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was really popular in MMA, but now fighters don't really rely on it anymore because other fighters have figured it out now. I think boxing and wrestling are important. Yeah, I mean, thing is, no matter what, the fight starts standing up, right? So if you don't have a good striking game, you can't just walk through people's punches anymore because everybody's gotten better with their striking. In the old UFC days, guys looked like they were doing the front crawl. That was their version of striking, right? But so guys who were really great grapplers were like, I don't care about your stupid BS punches. I'm just going to walk through them, get you on the ground, and then finish you. But that's not a strategy anymore, right? You better have some striking skills. All right, round 3, scheduled for 10. These are 3-minute rounds, which is important because it's a new precedent. Oh, and Tellez is getting cute with their left hook. Caught Serrano there a couple times with that. And again, so I guess maybe that was the instruction she received from her corner between rounds. To her credit, Tellez is still light on her feet. Yeah, and that left hook is working well for Tellez at this point. Let's see how Serrano counters that. Serrano staying very disciplined behind that sharp jab. She throws a straight left to the body. Doesn't quite land it. Serrano with a few faint motions. Serrano has Tellez backing up, but Tellez seems okay. She seems comfortable fighting off that back foot, as we say. I like the adjustment Tellez has made. She's going to the body a little more, coming with a left body shot, left hook to the head. Serrano is being very disciplined to stick right behind that jab, straight left. Now starting to get tagged up a little as she comes in. Tellez is just willing to throw down, so. While Serrano certainly has the appearance of the superior athlete based off of physique, I got to give Tellez more credit than I gave her going into this fight, just not knowing anything about her. Okay, this fight is starting to get interesting in the 3rd round here. Serrano doesn't really want to stand in close with Tellez because I think that's what Tellez wants. If this is truly her proper weight division, 125, then she's gonna be the shorter end of the stick the majority of the time. So, as such, she'd want to be on the inside. Oh, Serrano has Tellez in the corner for a moment, but Tellez gets out. All right, and that's the. Clarissa Shields or Lila Ali in their prime? Well, you mean versus each other or just who's the better fighter? I would tend to go with Lila. She had a great 1-2, just like her dad. Jackman, yeah, I did fight in the Golden Gloves. You can see some of the fights on this channel. They have the purple thumbnails. Mr. 90, no, I did not see that fight. Versus each other, I would go with Lila because she's the naturally bigger fighter. I'm not that impressed with Clarissa's technique at that heavier weight, or as a heavyweight. I'm not really sure if you want to call that heavyweight. What is she over? What is that, over 178 or something? Over 175. Clarissa just throws like pretty wide punches when she moved up to that. I mean, impressed with Clarissa. She won a gold medal as a teenager, then came back 4 years later as another gold medal as a young 20-something-year-old. But unfortunately for her, there's just no, they didn't build a division like they did, in women's MMA. Nobody's building the division. They're just matching Clarissa versus whomever. And so you know who Clarissa is, but you don't know any of the people she fought. All right, here we go. Round 4, Amanda Serrano taking on short notice fighter Reina Tellez. And Tellez is actually giving quite a good show for herself, considering she took this fight on short notice. And I certainly underestimated her going into this, just given her physique. But she's certainly bringing it to Serrano. And Tellez seems to have found a little more confidence here, especially with her left hook and right hand. Tellez doesn't mind fighting going backwards. So she's kind of obliging, Serrano here. Serrano's likes to nice disciplined jab right hand, jab left hand rather. But for sure, if this makes it the distance and goes down to decision, they're going to give this to Serrano, no matter what Tellez does. So Tellez is going to need a clear knockdown or something like that to get not a sweeping decision, Oh, nice little body shot there by Tellez. Smart strategy. She's just going straight down to the body. Tellez definitely has a chin because she's willing to eat those shots, and she rocks Serrano with a short little overhand right there. So maybe this is the type of fight Tellez wants. It's just make it a little bit ugly there on the inside. I don't know that this is where Serrano wants to be, in that close with Tellez. But, I think Serrano could win the fight just on the outside, but see what her corner says. Yeah, Ajit Caballel is fighting next weekend. I actually have become an Ajit fan. I was not thrilled with him when I first saw him fight, but he's impressed me. So a small cut has opened. Small cut has opened just under the right eye on the upper cheekbone of Reina Tellez. So I don't think we're in any danger of that stopping the fight, but hopefully we don't want to see that open up anymore. All right, again we have Tellez moving back and around, and Serrano just sticking right behind that nice disciplined jab with her left hand right up by her chin. This is at the halfway mark. We are in the 5th round, scheduled for 10. Amanda Serrano defending her belts. Tellez cannot win because she cannot win the belts because she came in overweight. She did not make the weight. Which is odd to me that she didn't make the attempt to try to lose the weight, but, I guess that was her team's decision. Well, yeah, hey, the kid, check it out. I did make a couple videos about that, um, addressing exactly that issue about Crawford not wanting to pay the WBC. So, yeah, when you get a chance, check those out and let me know what you think. Just comment in the video or under the video, and I'll see it and I'll reply. All right, here we go with Amanda just starting to control the fight with that jab, straight left. She's walking Tellez around the ring. Lead left hand there from Serrano. Serrano drops in a nice hard left body shot as well. To her credit, Tellez is still on her, bouncing on her feet, moving around nicely. Nice little slip there from Tellez. But thus far, I mean, I think at most we might be able to give that last round to Tellez. I don't know that we, you know, can give her any more than one round at best at this point. Straight right to the body from Tellez. Tellez is mostly throwing. Tellez is mostly throwing one punch at a time at this point. Serrano with a single jab. Well, I'm impressed. Reina may go the distance. Cutman is working on Amanda's eye as well. If Tellez can keep coming with those hard body shots, that might pay off well for her. Serrano's doing great work with her jab, straight left hand. But yeah, that mouse is starting to open up under Serrano's right eye. Pretty prominent mouse. So yeah, that Cutman's gonna have to really try to iron that out. Still got about 4 full rounds to go. Whatever Serrano does, she should not blow her nose because that thing will immediately just inflate. All right, guys, if you enjoy the live stream, remember you're always welcome to leave a super chat or some jewels. Again, here we go. 6th round, scheduled for 10. Amanda Serrano is the WBO and WBA champion at 125. And again, as Serrano's opening up this round, sticking behind that nice disciplined jab. Tellez looking to counter here. Maybe Tellez, because she had some success with that left hook in the 4th round, now she's looking to lead with it. Tellez just misses with a straight right. Serrano hunting Tellez down right behind that very disciplined stance, very disciplined guard. But to her credit, Tellez does have very nice work. She's able to move around well, smoothly. Tellez is able to cut direction just like that. But at this point, I think she really needs to try to get inside, try to work Serrano from the body up to the head. And just as I say that, Tellez lands some nice headshots. Oh, nice one too from Serrano. Nice 1-2 from Serrano. So Serrano can really win this fight simply off the 1-2. For Tellez, it's a bit more of a challenge because she's given away the height and the reach, so she's got to work her way in or cut the ring off, cut angles on Serrano. She hasn't really been creating angles. It seems more like her style to try to counter once the distance gets close. Oh, nice counter rights from Tellez. This is a much better fight than I thought it was going to be, actually. I have to admit I'm wrong. There we go, 6 rounds. All right, it looks like Tellez might make the distance here. Credit to her for that. To be honest, that cut on Tellez is not as bad as swelling under Serrano's eye, because that cut is not going to interfere with, doesn't interfere with Tellez's vision. So a lot of cursing in Tellez's corner, but not much instruction being given. Personally, I'd prefer a coach just give some specific instructions on what punches to throw, which way to move, what, specifics, what to do. Just 1 or 2 things at most. And that's what I think Tellez needs. I don't think she needs a cheerleader, but hey, I'm not working her corner. All right, 7th round, scheduled for 10, and Serrano's still looking nice and disciplined behind her in her stance, in her classic guard position. Very disciplined Serrano, working behind that nice hard jab. So I think Tellez has earned our respect tonight, because probably a lot of people thought she wouldn't make it this far in this fight. I mean, if I had to bet on it, I would have bet that she'd get stopped. That's what the odds were, the betting odds. Anyways, probably just because we don't know much about her. Okay, Serrano still sticking behind that nice disciplined southpaw jab. Tellez staying focused and looking to counter, and she got in a nice little counter right hand there. Oh, nice 1-2-3 from Tellez. See, the optics, because of Tellez fights a little more square than Serrano, it doesn't look like classic boxing from her, but we can't let that detract from when Tellez's punches are effective. I mean, it's nice to have great aesthetics behind your fighting skills, but in the end, it's about inflicting damage, and it doesn't matter if you look pretty doing it or not. Ooh, nice straight little right hand to the body by Tellez. All right, and then Amanda's sticking right behind that jab, straight left. Ooh, and Tellez comes with a little sneaky right uppercut, but gets caught with the right hand on the way out. All right, good work. I mean, good work from both female fighters this entire fight. I can say the same of the co-main event between Holly Holm and Stephanie Hahn. And unfortunately for both Stephanie and Holly, that fight got stopped, in my opinion, prematurely by the doctor due to a small half-inch vertical cut on Stephanie Hahn's hairline that was a result of an accidental clash of heads. Okay. Okay, we are heading into the 8th round, scheduled for 10. This is a female matchup between Amanda Serrano and last-minute replacement Reina Tellez. I'm saying it her last name wrong. Tellez instead of Tellez. Okay. All right, so Serrano opens up again behind that nice straight jab. Jab 1-2, looking at Tellez out of her eyebrows. Tia's looking to parry and counter a bit, but she does wind up getting caught a little bit on her way out. Okay, so apparently Reina took this fight on 2 weeks' notice. So for her to be able to perform like this means she was in the gym all the time. She may not be as sharp as she would have liked, but she's certainly, a warrior, has that warrior spirit, and has enough confidence in herself to take a short notice fight versus a world champion. It's kind of a catch-22 situation because when you're more, I'm guessing she's more or less kind of a local type fighter, and so when you get that big call, hey, you want to fight a world champion? There's only one right answer. You're not in a position to demand later on. You got to just go in there and take it to them, right? As best you can, which is what she's doing. Right, so to Tellez's credit, she's maintained her focus throughout this fight. She's maintained her output. I don't think she's going to win a decision here just because they're going to likely give this to the reigning champion. Oh, and Reina shows us she's still in this fight. Just after Amanda lands a nice combination, Tellez comes right back. Nice straight right to Amanda's chin. So this is a good learning experience for Amanda Serrano as well. Because Tellez is showing her she's not going away. She's going to stand right there and fight. And Tellez fights like somebody who has supreme confidence in herself. So that's a wonderful quality to see. Because that's not something you can teach somebody. Oop, my stream is buffering. Oh, that's not good. We just lost that stream. Sorry, guys. Oh, sorry. I just lost. Hang on. Just lost the stream, guys. Sorry about that. How is 2026 starting out for you guys? Oh, thank you so much, 501 St. Clone, sorry, production. Thank you so much for the 100. Really appreciate it. Every penny helps you guys, so it's all truly appreciated. Oops. I apologize. We are down for a moment. Not sure why this is buffering. Hey, King of the something. How are you doing? We are trying to watch this female boxing fight between Amanda Serrano and late replacement. Thank you so much, 501. Really appreciate the hundreds. Thank you, thank you. Yes, that's so helpful. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hey, Ethan, how are you doing? We are watching female fighting. Amanda Serrano versus late replacement Reina Telez. But right now, I'm trying to get this stream back. Oh, okay. Cool. Ethan, yeah, if you like and subscribe, that would be awesome. Thank you so much, 501 St. Clone Production. Thank you so much. Appreciate the thumbs up. All right, guys, I apologize for the delay here. My stream is not functioning well. All right, 501, I really appreciate your support. Thank you for the 8 jewels. It's so kind of you. We'll see you in the next one. Please make sure you sub and hit the bell. All right, guys, I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on with this right now, but it's not letting me load this stream. Are any of you guys watching this fight right now? If you are, let me know what's going on. How are you doing, Ethan? Yeah, sorry guys, I'm just getting this buffering. We might have to call it a night. You doing well, Ethan? Good to know. Well, this is gonna suck if I can't get this stream back. All right, is this fight over, guys? Oh, this wasn't an all-female card, but it was the last 3 fights were female. All right. I mostly watch combat sport. I'm really not that knowledgeable about football, Ethan. So, yeah. All right, actually, in something, not going to answer your question. Not funny. Haha. All right, actually, you're like you're not trolling, but you're baiting. I don't know. I'm really not gonna try to get my stream shut down for saying something YouTube is gonna get ticked about. All right, guys, if you're still here, let me know what fights you're interested in, what fights you're gonna watch. Hey, 501, thank you so much. Really appreciate the party hat. That is so awesome. Thank you for all the gifts. 18 drills, very much appreciated. Yeah, what fights do you watch, 501? Or what sports do you watch? Hey, Jericho. Hey, 501. This live stream is about a boxing card that's taking place in Puerto Rico. It was Amanda Serrano versus Reina Tellez. They fought 3-minute rounds, so that's significant. So did Holly Holm and Stephanie Hahn. What do you mean? Exact same thing, but with women. These are female fights. The last the two fights we've covered have been women's fights. Stephanie Hahn versus Holly Holm, which is the one I was really interested in because I'm a fan of Holly Holm. I wanted to see how she would do. And then in this main event, Amanda Serrano took on short notice replacement in Tellez. So I'm guessing that this fight is over. I cannot get my live stream back. It fell off. I apologize, guys. So what do you guys think of females fighting 3-minute rounds instead of 2? Yeah, there's a bunch of live streams going on right now about this. The guy with the eyes who pop out. Guys with their baseball caps turned backwards. All right, guys, I apologize, but I might have to just call it quits on this because I am not getting a stream. I think the fight is already over. I think Reina Tellez surprised us and went the distance, so good for her. The funny thing is with a lot of these boxing commentators, they always hang a pair of gloves up in the background, but I don't think they ever put them on. So, anyways. Yeah, there's quite a few Spanish stations that were covering this live. So were the final scores 98-92, I think? There's actually quite a few channels covering this, I think, because there's really no other fights going on tonight. All right, guys, look, apologize, I lost my stream. So Serrano won this by decision. Um, I don't think that's a surprise. Maybe it's a surprise in that some of us thought she'd probably knock out a last-minute replacement. But props to Reina Tellez for stepping up to the plate in first place. Props to her for actually she put on a good fight. She did a good showing of herself. So hopefully, she gets more opportunities coming her way. Props also to Holly Holm and Stephanie Hahn. I thought it's pretty awesome that Holly Holm got back into the boxing ring, chose to take on a world title fight in her first re-entrance to the boxing ring. Unfortunately, the fight got stopped on a cut on Stephanie Hahn's hairline. Accidental clash of heads. These things happen in righty-lefty matchups. So, in my opinion, it didn't need to be stopped based on this half-inch cut up here. I don't think, I think you need to let the fight play out to see if blood is actually going to stream into Stephanie's eye and impair her vision. But in any case, the biggest thing is I'm glad that the WBO and WBA are sanctioning women's fights at 3-minute rounds. Only 10 rounds, 3-minute rounds, but instead of 12, they're going 10. But at least they're now fighting for 3 minutes. So I think that does change how you approach your training and your game plan. All right, guys, so I'm going to call it an evening. Thank you so much to 501 Saint Clone Productions for all the jewels, 18 jewels. That's a record, you guys. Every penny helps. So if you're not able to do that right now on this live stream, you can always head over to any of the videos on this channel, whether it's a live, a video, or a short. And you can just leave a super thanks there. Go down in the comments, scroll over to the right. You'll see a little heart with a $sign in it, and just click on that, and you can pick an amount you'd like to donate. Every penny helps. So I really appreciate it. My goal this month, January 2026, is to earn another $50 in the first 2 weeks of January. So that would be terrific. If you can make a little dent in that goal, that would be greatly appreciated. All right, guys, so make sure you hit the sub and the bell, and I will see you on the next live or in the next video. Thanks for joining me.